Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're here to preview the Folds of Folds of Honor QuikTrip 500. I was gonna say Folds of QuikTrip 500 from Atlanta, and yeah, it was definitely a wild result, I guess. Overall, the race didn't really have too much happening. You know, Kurt Busch got yeeted into the outside wall by Denny Hamlin after a restart, and Chase Elliott had a engine issue. He's out of the race. I believe a blown engine. Was that what they're calling it? I don't know. I believe it was a blown engine though. Yeah, and that was really the only wild thing. Probably a blown engine for Chase Elliott. That was, you don't really see that often anymore. You used to see it, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. That was wild, happening all the time. You just don't see it that much now. A few times a year, maybe even if that. So that was a little bit wild. They showed all the sad Chase Elliott fans after being in Atlanta, being in Georgia. He was definitely, a lot of people there definitely to watch him. So they showed a lot of his fans that were sad, but all their disappointment. But besides that, there really not much took place in this race. It was pretty much just to follow Kyle Larson around. Kyle Larson absolutely dominated this race with 269 laps led, both stage wins, but second place finish. Ryan Blaney came through, I believe, 9 laps to go, and just sniped that win away. Pulled out 2-second lead in the end. Kyle Larson had absolutely dominated this race, and his tires in the end, Atlanta's one of those tracks of tires that, it's a thing that you definitely got to worry about. And at the end, those tires just didn't last, and Ryan Blaney caught up to him, passed him relatively easy, and, went on to take a pretty big lead and win the race. So that was that. Not much besides that. Yesterday's Xfinity race had a lot of things that were noteworthy. Some fights and car smashes at the grass, but Cup Series wise, nothing really to talk about in races this week at all. And the trucks didn't have much either, so Xfinity had a little bit towards the end, but not much in any of these races. But Cup race specifically, let's take a look here at the results as well. We talked about Ryan Blaney and Kyle Larson, both of those with those top two finishing positions. Alex Bowman quietly just chilling there in third. That's a little bit of a surprising thing. I knew he was in the top, but see, he got third was pretty interesting. Denny Hamlin in fourth. He was, kind of quiet as well. Kyle Busch, another one of those, he was there. He was in the top 10 most of the day. Austin Dillon in sixth and Chris Buescher in seventh. That's pretty impressive, both of those. Not drivers you normally see in the top 10. See them chilling in the top 10. William Byron, another day there. He got eighth. Solid day. He's had a pretty good season so far, including that one win in Homestead. Martin Truex, last week's winner, he got ninth. Kevin Harvick, who I picked to win, pretty solid recovery to 10th. Basically, he had a flat tire relatively early. I believe it was, I don't even know. That was it was after the competition caution. That's why. So there was 5 cautions. 3 were standard cautions, pretty much. Your competition caution. Then you had 2 stages and 2 incidents. But the competition caution, he had a valve stem that was leaking right when they're coming to green to pit. That put him way in the back, but somehow he fell a lap down too. He was in a solid spot, but he just couldn't stay ahead of Kyle Larson. Fell back and was just stuck a lap down all day. And Atlanta's one of those tracks you can't really risk not, pitting. Because if you pit as your lap down car, you're not going to get your lap back, wave around. So, you can't really risk that, though. You can't risk staying out at the end of a stage. That's way too long to even try to get a lap back and, hope for a caution. But things did work out when Chase Elliott had his blown engine. It was only 8 laps. So many cars that were laps down came back, and Kevin Harvick made it work and got up to 10th. That was pretty impressive. Get a top 10 of not a brilliant day. Any other notable drivers here? Daniel Suarez in 17th. He had a pretty solid run. He was in the top 5. Good amount of stage 2. He almost won a lap down at the end of stage 1. Stayed right ahead of Larson and was able to just, make a solid run out of it. And eventually he was 17th. Austin Cindric in only the second Cup race to be 20 seconds. Not terrible either. Again, those are the ones I think are pretty good. Brad Keselowski had a pretty bad day, though. He was another one of those guys that were kind of favorites going into Atlanta. He definitely would have been somebody that I would have put a little bit higher up, finishing-wise. Definitely when it came to picking between Kevin Harvick, who I was going to pick to win, it really came down between Kevin Harvick or Brad Keselowski. So those are the two drivers that I think when you come to Atlanta you think of. So, to not see him do well, as well, I had a little bit of contact with, I believe, Truex. I believe it was Truex. I don't know. Does this have it on here? Not really. Their timeline's not brilliant for those little things, but yeah, it was a little bit of contact there. Really damaged his car and he fell way back. So, a little bit of an interesting race there, but next week things get super wild, of course, with Bristol Dirt. I'm so excited for that. I've been waiting for that for a while. I've been hyped, and when I seen the schedule with Bristol Dirt, it's also the same way as F1 returning. Oh man, I'm so excited for the 28th. I'm so excited for next weekend. So excited in general. So, got to get through 3 days of work, and then we can just focus on that. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, it's gonna be wild. Of course, Bristol Dirt. Again, that's gonna have practice and qualifying. So if you want to watch all that stuff, the 26th is a bunch of practice. 27th is qualifying and some of the heat races, and then 27th or 28th is the extra race. And again, the trucks are also doing theirs. They have a few practice sessions and qualifying, and the race all on the 27th. So 27th, big day to watch as well. Heat races for both the Cup and the Truck Series, and the Truck Series racing that night. So that's big. Also, I believe Wednesday is iRacing Pro Invitational Series returns. Of course, last year that came out sort of as a space filler for when the pandemic was just starting. There was no sports, nothing on TV at all really that was new. So they did iRacing for 8 weeks, I believe it was, and they brought it back this year. So that's going to sort of be something midweek. That'll be kind of fun. So we got Bristol Dirt for that Wednesday night, and then practice, qualifying, and truck and Cup race. So there's going to be some exciting things going on with that. And of course, make sure you check out next Sunday's preview video. And of course, next Sunday is a very special day. 9 years of the channel, so Sunday is going to have so much content. it's going to be wild. We have preview of Bristol Dirt, preview of the Bahrain Grand Prix for Formula 1, review of Bristol Dirt in the Bahrain Grand Prix, and also 2 celebratory videos for the 9 years of the channel. So, big day. Don't want to miss that one. So with that, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.